there is some serious buzz inside Hollis Hall about how good Montez Sweat has looked in training camp so far. Now, we've seen Montez Sweat. If you've seen the videos, if you've seen the photos, you know that Montez Sweat is in amazing shape right now. And we did find out as well that Montez Sweat was dealing with some nagging injuries basically throughout the majority of last season, right? And it seems like now, with this new coaching staff coming in, is that not only is Montez Sweat reinvigorated as some other players are, but the way that they are going to try to scheme that defensive line to get him open, that's going to be something that that's going to be something that Montez Sweat really responds to pretty well. That they are going to try to scheme everything to get him open, keep offensive lines on their heels, avoid some of the things and tendencies that we saw last year that put Montez Sweat in a position where he's able to be easily double teamed, and that's really good to hear. Montez, Grady Jarrett, these are two veterans that reportedly have both had very, very good training camps so far. Much like I said with the Caleb Williams thing, though, we need to see it in live games happening before many people and myself are going to believe all the hype and all the words that they are hearing. But I'll tell you this, with that said, is that if Montez Sweat is back locked in and he's more like what we got after we initially acquired him, if Grady Jarrett has used this move to the Chicago Bears and this scheme to put him in a position where he's locked in, and it seems like Grady Jarrett as well is taking really to guiding and developing young players in a Shamar Turner, in a Javon Dexter, and really having a big role into who those guys are going to ultimately become, that's going to help the Chicago Bears defensive line. So hearing that the Bears are quietly that he's dominating more than what's being reported or more than what's being out there, great. Because a Montez Sweat that it has a season that statistically is better than what it was last season. That statistically is what the Bears were hoping when they got him. Like, again, I say everything with defensive line is not all about the raw stats, but you still need some of that as well. And so for Montez, if he's more locked in and he's in a better position mentally and physically, and he's been dominating camp. Now, I know some are going to take that and say, well, yeah, he's dominating because of the offensive line. Can you really say that this year, right? It's not the same as last year. So I think overall, like Montez, who was tied for 60th in most sacks last year, he needs to have a much better season than what he did. You look at the 12.5 that he had, 6 when he initially came. In his time here in Chicago, he's had 11.5 sacks in his 1.5 years being here. Now, let's see a Montez Sweat that's locked in, right, that can go out there and get it done this season for the Chicago Bears, because I tell you what, this defensive line, if this line is much better equipped than what people are thinking about, think it's going to be on paper. And everybody has their roles clear and cut out, right? Javon Dexter needs to be better in the run game. Grady Jarrett needs to go out there and be his veteran self, bring that veteran presence, that consistency on that side of the ball. Dayo Odeyingbo doesn't have to lead the team in sacks, but he has to be somebody